You think Avatar was just a pretty blue movie? A simple alien blockbuster? A bunch of CGI trees and blue people? Behind the camera, this film was a war. Executives predicted it would bomb harder than Waterworld. Cameron clashed with actors, reinvented cameras, rewrote physics, and ran simulations so advanced NASA asked questions. At one point, the film was so expensive the studio genuinely considered pulling the plug. This is the high-stakes story behind the biggest movie ever made, a film James Cameron spent 15 years trying to shoot because technology literally didn't exist yet. James Cameron finishes a 114-page script called Project 880. It was huge, ambitious, impossible. Cameron wanted photorealistic digital humans, an entire ecosystem built from scientific logic, 3D cameras that didn't exist, facial capture that captured micro-emotions, and a CG world more detailed than Jurassic Park by a factor of 10. Studios told him, "This can't be made." Cameron agreed, so he shelved it. But he didn't give up. He waited for technology to catch up, or for the world to finally be ready for a movie no one else could even imagine. He went off and made small things like Titanic, which became the biggest movie ever. So when Cameron returned in the 2000s and said, "I'm making another one, it stars blue aliens, it'll cost more than your entire studio," Fox said, "Okay." But they were terrified, because Cameron had one rule: if it can't be done, invent something that can. Cameron demanded realism, down to how light passed through Navi's skin. The tools Hollywood used weren't even close. So Cameron and Weta literally built an invention lab. The Fusion camera system, a 3D camera rig designed from scratch. He helped invent the thing, he tested it underwater, he demanded the resolution be doubled, then doubled again. The performance capture stage, a massive LED cube with 120 cameras filming actors in every direction. But Cameron didn't just want body capture, he wanted emotion capture. Micro expressions, eye twitches, lip tremors. So Weta built new head rigs with tiny cameras 3 inches from the actors' faces. Zoe Saldana said wearing it felt like having a flashlight taped to your nose for 6 months. The virtual camera. Cameron created a handheld monitor that let him walk around a digital forest as if it were real. He could move the camera anywhere, including places that didn't exist yet, and instantly see the actors as Na'vi inside the world of Pandora. It was video game tech mixed with filmmaking, and nobody had done it at this scale. Cameron wasn't just directing a movie, he was directing an entire planet. Actors were trained like athletes. Cameron made the entire cast learn how to ride horses, learn archery, speak a brand new Na'vi language, and rehearse every scene as if the forest was real. He filmed rehearsals like stage plays. No sets, no makeup, no props, just pure performance. Then he'd reset everything inside the digital world. Sam Worthington beat out 2,000 actors by accident. He showed up to auditions in boots, slightly annoyed, with no Hollywood polish. Cameron loved it. Worthington didn't even know what the movie was about. He just played Jake Sully like a soldier who was over everything. And Cameron said, "That's the guy." Cameron pushed people hard. Zoe Saldana said the emotional scenes broke her. Sigourney Weaver did her own underwater training at age 58. Stephen Lang bulked up into a wall of muscle and delivered a villain so intense, he filmed takes until his voice literally cracked. Cameron wasn't cruel. He was relentless. His rule: if you can't give 110%, Pandora will eat you alive. The studio panicked. When the early CGI wasn't working, Fox executives lost it. They thought the blue characters looked goofy, like Smurfs in a video game. One exec whispered, "This is Titanic all over again, but in space." They feared Cameron was making another giant, expensive disaster. Cameron didn't flinch. "Trust me, you'll thank me when it's done." He was right, but they didn't know that yet. Cameron spent months on how leaves should bend, how water refracts around Na'vi hand, how ash falls from explosions, how eyelids move during anger, the exact sound of tree insects on Pandora. This wasn't perfectionism, this was obsession. He built ecosystems down to the microbiology, then told designers, "Make it beautiful, but make it make sense." But the biggest breakthrough was emotional. Cameron realized the audience would only accept an alien romance if the actors' real emotions survived the CGI. So he upgraded the face capture system again. Another $1 million, another delay. But then, it worked. When Zoe Saldana cried as Neytiri, that was her crying. When Worthington looked confused, scared, angry, those micro-expressions made it through the digital mask. Cameron had cracked the technology everyone said was impossible. He showed a 20-minute reel at CinemaCon, and the entire room went silent. Then they exploded into applause. Suddenly, the blue alien movie everyone mocked was the future of cinema. So why did Cameron spend a decade and a half waiting to make Avatar? Not because he wanted to, but because he had to. He once said, "If I made this movie in 1999, it would have looked like garbage." He wanted to build a world you could believe in, not because it was real, but because it felt real. And he was right. Avatar became the highest grossing movie of all time, winning 3 Oscars and rewriting what was possible in digital filmmaking. And James Cameron? He did what he always does. He bet everything on a movie nobody believed in and won.